And Denver Pride is back this weekend and celebrating its 51st year. Feels like time just flies, right? Well, what started as a small gathering at Cheeseman Park in 1974 has since grown, welcoming thousands of LGBTQ+ folks and their allies. Kim Salvaggio, the new CEO of the Center on Colfax, is joining me now to talk about what this year's Pride festivities are going to look like. Kim, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I want to talk about a bigger headline to start us off that happened earlier this year. We know that y'all were facing fewer sponsorships. What's that kind of looking like as you get ready for this weekend?
Yeah, due to, situations with different executive orders and rollbacks on DEI, we did have some sponsors that needed to pull out of their support of Pride. And of course, we understand these were a lot of organizations that were supporting their ERG groups in participating in Pride. So our goal as an organization was, okay, we're going to lose them, but how can we find more? And we did.
Oh, great.
And so now we are within $10,000 of the goal that we had of raising money for Pride, which 83% of that money goes directly back into the community through free services at the Center on Colfax.
Is there a way to help you reach that goal? Is there something that people out there can do?
Well, we have $10,000 left. If anybody wants to write a check for $10,000 or even $5, I am here for it.
I love it. Okay, what have y'all been able to do, still with all the money that came in? What are some of the changes we're going to see this year?
So the biggest change that people are going to see is that we have doubled the size of the neighborhood, which is one of my favorite things you can come and participate with in Pride. This is an entire area of the festival that is devoted to supporting queer-owned businesses.
What is the neighborhood for anybody who's not familiar with that part of Denver?
It's queer-owned businesses. So these are folks that are running all sorts of different shops and businesses. You can come down, buy everybody a gift there in your support of the LGBTQ community.
I love it. Okay, what makes Pride especially important this year for you and your team at the center?
So it's interesting, you were saying, how many years ago Pride started here with a couple, 10, maybe I think it was like 55 people at the first one. We're up to 550,000 people, the fourth largest in the United States, that are going to come through the festival. And here's what's important. We have 550,000 people coming to support us, and we're still fighting for some of the same rights that we would like to keep.
Absolutely. I was going to say, it kind of started in Cheeseman as a protest. It almost feels like we're getting back a little bit to the grassroots efforts.
I mean, Pride is a protest at its root, and it's important that we carry on that legacy while we're here and we're still fighting to keep rights, especially for our trans community and for gender affirming care. It's important this year more than ever that we show up.
Are y'all expecting even bigger crowds this year? Because typically June, has so many things stacked on top of each other. We got an extra weekend this year in the calendar. So this is kind of where everything is being spotlit right now.
I mean, there are so many ways that you can show up for the LGBTQ community. Denver PrideFest is one of those over 2 days, but we have so many amazing organizations that have been celebrating and participating in protest over the last month. So I would say for our community and for our allies, come out this weekend. Let's make a big show of support for our community. We need it now more than ever.
Okay, now this is just for one weekend, but we know that the center does things all year long. What do y'all have going on? What are some of the programs that people can check out?
So we have 8 major programs for the community. These are 100% free that people can come and celebrate themselves, their authenticity, their voice. You can also access a number of different resources. So for our trans community, for our youth community, for our West of 50, which let me tell you, those folks are here for it and they are amazing. There is something for everyone, including 12 free mental health visits with our practice there. It is here free for the community. It will always remain free. We just would love to see you come by and let us support you in whatever your lived experience is.
I love it. All right, Kim, real fast, remind us where we can find more information about this weekend.
LGBTQcolorado.org or denverpridefest.org.
All right, Kim Salvaggio, the new CEO of the Center on Colfax. Kim, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Patio and rooftop season is officially here. Our friends at Dining Out Magazine in Denver have you covered with the best rooftop bars and restaurants in town. Here to break down the tastiest eats and drinks with a view, we welcome the managing editor at Dining Out Denver, Linnea Covington, and the executive chef from Bloom by Apple Blossom, Amanda Singh. Thank you both for being with me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so summer's here. People in Denver, we love to get outside. We love to have a cute little cocktail on a cute little rooftop. So Linnea, start with telling us about Bloom for folks that don't know about it.
Okay, so Bloom is part of Apple Blossom, which is in the Hyatt downtown, and so it's their special summer pop-up. Well, obviously on the roof, because that's what we're talking about.
Duh.
Yeah, so Chef Amanda here has like created some really good stuff that'll
Mm-hmm.
keep you refreshed, happy, satisfied, doing good.
Fabulous. Okay, Chef Amanda, tell us what you brought in today and talk about kind of what went into curating this summer menu. And I'll let you, if you want to start plating a little bit, we'll swap.
So I have a beef tartare tartlet. The fun thing about this is it's in a Parmesan cup.
Yum.
So kind of cross-utilizing a couple products here. So my biggest inspiration for making the Bloom menu is kind of like my playground. You know, like it's what I can flex and what I want to have fun with.
I love that.
So in this beef tartare, we have our classic Dijon, shallots, parsley, capers, cornichons, and then my spin is obviously, well, not obviously, but I make
Tell us.
garlic aioli or garlic oil from a byproduct.
That's delish.
I make
I
garlic
honestly
consomme.
garlic anything, right? It just really spices it up.
Flavor.
I love a tartare. It's
Yes.
like satisfying.
And light enough too, especially for summer, like a perfect little bite size there. Okay, Linnea, obviously we've got a ton of rooftops across town while Chef Amanda is working on plating this. Talk about some other key ones if we want to get out and check out if we haven't kind of
Okay, so
explored.
I'd say the best view that you can get is at Halo.
Okay.
And that's at the
I have not been to Halo.
Okay, it's a little far, but
Okay.
it's like the Kimpton Claret, and it's, I mean, it just shows sweeping views. Yeah,
That's
just like
it.
that,
Gorge.
of the mountains, and it's like you can be inside or outside, so you know it's kind of an all-weather patio bar or rooftop
That's
bar.
good
too.
because sometimes the weather can be a little crazy here. It's Colorado.
Yeah, and like honestly, there's nothing like watching a storm come in with that view.
yes.
So it's, and they have great cocktails, good food.
Yeah.
So that's like one of my favorite for views.
Okay.
Then like Avanti is really great. Avanti Denver is so great for like big groups.
Yeah.
Especially
It's
because
huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And like again, it has the indoor-outdoor aspect, and there's a lot of room, and it has a good view of downtown, and it's just like it's kind of has a
gorgeous.
more party vibe. Where
Yes.
it's like Halo is a little more like classy.
Upscale. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Let's see.
I know Rare Bird was on the list too.
okay, so-
Halcyon.
Yeah,
Rooftop.
so Rare Bird, yeah, that just opened up, and that one's fun because they have like a pup days, like where
Oh,
you can bring your
cute.
dogs.
No way. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like
Oh,
I
I
think it's once a
love
month.
that.
And then the new one is Rook, which
Okay.
is on the Catbird Hotel.
Oh, yes. They switched. It used to be Red Barber, correct?
Yes. It
Okay.
Used to, yeah.
All right.
Exactly. It used to be Red
I
Barber.
know my rooftops, Linnea.
Well, you know, it's the
We love
season,
it.
It's not that long. you
Yeah.
know, we have weird
We have to
weather.
enjoy it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the neat thing about Rook is it has like games. So it's all about like board games and chess and like trivia. So it's kind
Okay.
of like a little nerdy, fun summer take.
I
So,
love that.
Yeah, you can.
Fabulous. Okay, Chef Amanda, you were also telling me you guys have some really fun stuff, events happening on the roof, starting with some Pride events this weekend. Can you kind of run through
Absolutely.
some of that? We're really excited about Denver Pride.
We are doing a Pride kickoff in Bloom and High and Cedric. I'm really excited about it. And then we're also doing an Aperol party next month as well with bites and sponsors and all that fun stuff.
Love it. And you guys downtown, Hyatt Rooftop, if we want to come check that out.
Absolutely.
Okay, what did you enjoy about putting this article together? I feel like, oh, it had to have been so tough, but someone had to do it, you know?
I mean, like, I just love discovering all the things that Denver has to offer.
Yeah.
And like how you can say rooftop bar, but there's so many options. Like it's not just a rooftop with drinks and stuff. It's like there's so many different ways to enjoy the summer here.
Absolutely. Well, Linnea and Amanda, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Absolutely.
I so appreciate you both. And diningoutdenver.com to check out this article, correct?
Yes.
Well, the Renaissance Festival is back for the summer. It runs 8 consecutive weekends and it ends on August 3rd. And there are actually some new things for you to check out this year, like displays and all kinds of entertainment. Each weekend has a different theme and some very special guests. We actually have some of the special guests joining us now in the 9 News backyard. We got Cy and Sarah with Blades and Bravery. And let me tell you, they've clearly got plenty of both this morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Cy is staying as far away from me as possible while he is holding those things.
Professional.
Okay, you're about to see an amazing stunt from these two, but before we do, tell me a little bit about Blades and Bravery.
So we are a knife throwing and sword swallowing stunt show. She also eats fire in the show, but we like to brand ourselves as one of the more dangerous skill shows on the Ren Fair.
You're not kidding about that, Sarah. I mean, he's waving these knives very close to you, and you seem very comfortable.
Very well. see, I throw knives too.
Yeah,
So
she's
the
wearing them
show
too.
goes both ways.
Oh, okay, I love it.
Yeah, we trade back and forth, throwing knives around one another. Both of us perform dangerous stunts and then and joke around with each other. It's a fun time.
This is really fun, but I was watching you guys practice. My anxiety is really high. Do you want to show us a little bit of some of that right now?
We should
Why not?
show 'em a
Let's
good
do
start.
it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm stepping away. You guys get set up and ready. Whatever
Let's
you
have
need
some
to do.
fun. I'm ready.
Okay, you're ready.
All right, you ready, Sarah?
I'm ready, Cy.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh. Oh
there,
my
folks.
gosh.
Yes.
Okay.
Not a single flinch.
I have to go speak to my therapist now because that was Sarah, you just stood there the whole time. Were you comfortable at all?
Oh, absolutely. That's hardly compared to, I've had children make me do handstands against that board.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we have a game called the Mannequin Challenge where we let people out of the audience pose us against the board, and then
Therefore,
we take a
we've
turn.
never practiced it.
Oh my gosh. And you've never hit anybody, or have you hit anybody?
It's bad luck to ask that question in the
Hush,
knife throwing
hush.
community.
Oh my
We don't put that into the
gosh.
universe.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Please, I reverse it. I take it all back. What is it like to gain that kind of trust for you two? How long have you been working together?
So we've been working together for about 4 years now. I've been training in knife throwing for the last roughly around 10 years. And she would train in knife throwing as part of her martial arts training
Since
growing
middle
up.
school, yeah.
Oh
Yeah, so that's how this whole group actually formed.
I love it. Okay, so how long have you two been part of the Renaissance Festival?
I've been performing at Ren Fairs full time since 2018.
Yeah.
And then I,
since 2020 is when we started
yeah,
performing.
when I roped her into it.
And what's your favorite part of this?
One, people watching is because you get all the neat outfits out
Totally,
there.
totally.
But then also just we get to perform fun stuff for a living. This is our full-time job.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, so you started in martial arts. How does that translate to knife throwing?
Well, martial arts and then weapons.
Okay.
So sword play and that sort of thing, chain whip, and then obviously throwing stars, throwing knives. It's a practical progression.
I can imagine you'll have some pretty big crowds that come to see this at the Renaissance
Standing
Festival.
room only.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you ever get nervous?
Only the right amount of nervous that keeps it safe. You know,
Okay,
it's like
yes.
the right kind of fear.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. I imagine we were talking about this communication between you two has to be kind of top of the line. You have to have that extreme trust within each other.
Absolutely, especially working outside. Ren Fair is all outside, so whenever there's weather changes, sometimes that also changes the
Wind,
show.
rain, hail, sun.
For anybody who missed it, that was like, wait, I wasn't looking at my screen. Do y'all want to do it one more time?
Yeah, we can do
I
it
think
on
we
time.
should do it one more
Oh
time.
my
Yeah,
gosh,
no, I tell
okay.
you what, we're gonna let her do a really special one here. Hold on, I got something here.
What is this?
That is, folks, we're gonna do a combination stunt. We're actually one of only 2 knife throwing shows in the world to do this, and that is throw knives around a sword swallower.
okay.
Folks, do not try this at home
Oh my
unless you're gonna turn into a
gosh.
full-time job down the hatch without a scratch.
Ooh.
There we go.
You know what? I don't even mind that they didn't stick it to the board because as long as
It shows it's
Very
real.
naughty board.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not a trick board.
That's
It's not a
real.
magic board where
it's
it pops
not
out the back.
pretend.
no,
They're
trust
for
me,
real.
and I can see how sharp these knives really are.
Oh
right
yeah, and
there.
this thing is real right here.
Oh my gosh, you two are so impressive. Okay,
Thank you.
Cy and Sarah with Blades and Bravery. How can people come check you guys out?
Oh yeah, you just come to the Renaissance Fair. We're on the stage 4 times daily. It's on the crown stage with the kamikaze fireflies, and but like literally come at the start of the day and stay to the end of the day because
Absolutely.
you're not gonna get bored.
How many performances a day do y'all do?
4.
Okay,
shows a
4.
day.
Okay, so you're gonna have multiple chances to get them. Go get that turkey leg in between. Make sure you digest it first because your anxiety will go.
Yeah.
will go roof. I think I found my new favorite act. Typically, I go for the jousting. I'm gonna go for you two this year.
Yeah,
That's what we
I
like to
appreciate
do.
that.
Okay, she's waving the knives at me, so that means it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, your turn to roll
Cy
good.
and Sarah, thank you so much. No, I gotta run.
Denver Botanic Gardens and Molson Coors are coming together to protect a crucial resource for both organizations and really for all of us, right? It's Colorado's water. Joining me now, we have Lacey Golanka, Community Affairs Manager for Molson Coors, and Jennifer Chetwynd, Interim CEO for the Denver Botanic Gardens. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit more about this campaign and why it's happening right now.
So it's a campaign, it's really a joint partnership between the Denver Botanic Gardens and Molson Coors. And what we're doing is it's a community-wide initiative. And we are trying to bring the community together
to protect our waterways. And we do that in a number of ways throughout this campaign that'll run through the end of the year. And that is going to be through our educational series. The Botanic Gardens has a number of programs that they're also running. We are sponsoring a lot of their events that are running throughout the summer that Jennifer will hit on here shortly. And then a big piece of it is Molson Coors will donate $50,000 at the beginning of this campaign that kicks off tomorrow. And then we will work in partnership with the Denver Botanic Gardens to raise another $50,000 with the community, which we will match dollar for dollar. So that could bring a total investment up to $150,000 for water.
That is incredible. Lacey set us up perfectly, Jennifer. How is this money going to benefit the Botanic Gardens?
Well, what a great partner we have in Molson Coors. Denver Botanic Gardens has a long-time commitment to water education. Obviously, you can't brew beer without water, and you cannot grow plants without it. So we are a semi-arid state. We're committed to making sure people know where their water comes from and how to use it wisely and efficiently.
So why did you guys decide to team up? I mean, this really is an amazing partnership. What
But an
inspired
interesting one, right?
Yes. Well, during summer concert series as well, you know, a lot of people like to sit out. It's beautiful weather, as you all know, and as Jennifer mentioned, especially Coors Banquet is brewed with only Rocky Mountain water. And so for us, that's near and dear to our heart. We want to protect that water from now and into the future.
So if you've ever been to a concert at Denver Botanic Gardens, you will see people enjoying Coors Banquet, among other beverages. But our concert series kicks off tomorrow, and we'll be sharing this campaign with the attendees there. But throughout the summer, there are events, live music, Hops Fest, a bunch of ways people can support this campaign and enjoy their time at the garden and learn more about water while they're doing it.
I love it. You mentioned that you can't have beer without water. Okay, if you've ever been to the Denver Botanic Gardens, you can't have anything y'all have without water. There are so many gorgeous plants out there.
There are, but I will stress the fact we really focus on water-wise horticulture. Yes, under the dome, that's tropical plants. You cannot grow those outside of that dome. But throughout our gardens, we really try and showcase things you can grow in your own yard with little water.
What about, like, even if you're an amateur garden with 2 brown thumbs, physically and metaphorically?
You know, I myself am not a green thumb particularly, but it can be done. We have education courses, and this support from Molson Coors will help. And we educate everyone from little kids. We have 2-year-olds starting with seedlings classes all the way up to university students and lifelong professionals.
You're inspiring me.
There's
Lacey,
a chance for
okay,
you.
Yes, there is hope yet.
Not over.
Lacey, for anybody who wants to help in other ways, how can they do so?
So definitely visit the Botanic Gardens. You can go to any one of their events throughout the summer. We are running the campaign. You can visit either the Botanic Gardens website or our website. So please engage, get them that extra $50,000 from the community. And so you can go to molsoncoors.com, go to our hometown hub, click on our Cheers to Our Rocky Mountain Water, and you can learn more there about our education series, and then again, donate, and then please, 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 join our partner at the Botanic Gardens for all of their fun summer events.
You got it.
Thank you.
Twist my arm.
Yeah, right?
Botanicgardens.org is our website, and you can find out about all of our events that you can enjoy and simultaneously learn more about water and support the gardens.
Lots of ways to get involved. Jennifer and Lacey, thank you so much for coming in.